Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's now November, and that means we are getting closer to the 2020 Junior Eurovision Song Contest. We now have all of the 12 participants for this year's contest. In this video, we're gonna look at some of the honorable mentions we personally have and our personal top threes. So let's get started. Costa, what are your honorable mentions for this year's contest?
Okay, so firstly, I want to say that I think this is actually a very strong year. A lot of people I was seeing on Twitter were saying that it's a weak year and that there's a lot of ballads. Maybe it's just because of my frumpy Celine Dion taste. That means that I love power ballads, but I'm very happy with the quality this year. I've never had any Eurovision year, adult or junior, where I've liked all the songs, but this year I was struggling more to find a last place when I did my ranking than for my Eurovision scoreboard app than I was in terms of finding my top, because that was quite clear to me. So I have two honorable mentions. I'll mention them at the same time. My first is Kazakhstan. Once again, they are proving their worth and proving their kind of quality that they're bringing. It's a really well-composed song. It's produced beautifully. She sings it wonderfully. The song is, I won't attempt her name because I haven't got the range, but the song is called Forever. And it's very much, you can see the through line between this and their song last year. It's a very Disney song. It's very ethereal. It's very kind of whimsical. And I love that they have this aesthetic developing. Yep, I would have happily had that in my top three, but there were just songs that I've been listening to more. And the other one, which apologies in advance, is Spain. It was the first song I heard. It was the first song I heard. This is my fourth place. It was in my top three. However, there's two other songs that edged ahead of it with repeated listens. It was the first song I heard from the season. I was like, this is amazing. It's so good. I stand by that. It's a fantastic song. I wish Spain brought this similar level of quality to the adult contest. Maybe one day they will. But it's been a few years since I have. And I think the only thing that made it slip slightly was the vocals. I'm not sure how she's going to pull them off live. Whereas I have a lot more confidence in the other performers, just because I know I think the vocal is a bit less difficult. But yeah, I love this song. It's on my playlist. I think it's fantastic, and I think it's a very exciting, another great entry from Spain. I'm happy that they've found their footing in junior, at least, even if they haven't in the main contest recently.
Okay. Wow, great choices there, and they both appear on my top three. But we don't know which placings yet. But I will say for my special mentions, I have a couple as well. First one is France. And ever since they've returned to the competition, they've been giving us bop after bop after bop. And j'imagine what I really like is it's such an earworm, especially the la 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 la. J'imagine. I was like, I can't get this off my head. It's like, I don't know what's worse, Bim Bam Toi or J'imagine, because there's that little hook in each song. So like Bim Bam Toi is like when she goes ha ha ha, and then now it's like la 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 la. It's like, okay, so France will be known for the earworm side of things. The second honorable mention, this was very, very close as well, is Unity and the Netherlands. And what I really liked about it is that it feels really genuine. It's like, you know, the song's called Best Friends, and obviously if you're in a group, you need to harmonize well together and obviously feel the genuineness of things. And what I love about Unity is that, you know, they were formed for the competition and they did it quite well. And, you know, it was just a shame that one of the members weren't able to do it live. And now that they get the chance, I can't wait to see how they can improve it from the Junior Song Festival final up until now. So that's the one thing I'm looking forward to.
Yes, the little mix of the Netherlands. Let's
Exactly.
see how far they can go. Because I think, I mean, that was also the method that One Direction became a group. and
Yeah.
Fifth Harmony, I believe. So it's a
Yes.
tried and tested method, and also they've performed live. So most of them have. So they know, we know that they can perform and sing the song, which is always good.
Mhm.
Whereas if you have an internal selection, you can really produce it well, but can they
Mhm.
deliver it live? That's always a concern. So I'm gonna go straight into my third place, my 8 points. I almost forgot. Oh, it's Poland. Alatrax, which I think is how you pronounce it, and with I'll
Yeah.
Be Standing. This really surged up in my rankings. I like to pretend that I'm not a basic bitch, but we all know that I really am. And this is basically a Kelly Clarkson B-side from when she used to work with Ryan Tedder, which was very, very much an important part of my childhood. And there isn't much depth to the song. There's not much lyrical content. It's like 50% ad lib and production, but it's a very kind of energizing, high energy, fun pop song. And I think Poland have really been consistent in the last 3 years of delivering solid, sugary bubblegum pop in a way that is fully age appropriate, but also very modern and has life outside of the junior contest. And I think for that reason, I can't be upset at them doing so well. I think that it's a great song and it's one that I'll continue to listen to, just like their past 2 winners. I feel pretty good about that.
My third place is, you've already mentioned it. My third place is Kazakhstan with Karakat Bashanova with Forever. I watched the live performance and it was not a surprise why the jury cried after her performance, because it's such an emotionally charged song, and it's something that I can see it, the meaning to it. I can kind of see it, especially in the music video. And, it's something that's personal to her. And, we know that if a Eurovision song is close to you, you're more motivated to do well and you're kind of perform it better. So
Yeah, totally.
yeah,
Look at
that's a
Duncan
given.
Lawrence, look at Jamala. It's
Mhm.
a proven method.
Exactly.
Okay, so in terms of my second place, it's France, Valentina with J'imagine. Again, like Spain, like Poland, France have been far more consistent in the junior contest than they have been in the main contest, which is kind of frustrating. However, this is what, yet again, a very age appropriate, well produced, fun, well written pop song that has its own merit outside of the competitive side of things. And I hope to see this do as well as their previous entries have, both in the contest and beyond. And I have a lot of faith in them, the ability to perform this live and stage it well, because they've been staging entries really well, especially their 2018 entry was staged impeccably. Yeah, I'm just excited about it. It's probably my most played. It's like you said, total earworm, and I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Okay. My second place, another one we've mentioned previously. My second place is Spain. And yes, it is very, very frustrating how you can do well in the junior Eurovision, but not do well in Eurovision. It's making me want to scratch my eyes actually a bit. It's a really good song, and the reason that it's stopping it from being my first place is maybe a couple of things. Maybe, you know how sometimes if you listen to a track too much, you get, but then on some tracks that doesn't have that effect on you. I think maybe it's the timing of the release. It's one of the first ones to be released, so the hype is there. And then once everyone else comes in, opinions shift all of a sudden. So
Totally.
for me, it's still there. I still think it has the power to win. But now that we now see the overall picture, I want to be proven wrong that it can still win. But it's high up there, and I really like it. It's such a fun filled bop that I can dance along to TikTok.
Yep, they could have released it for the main contest with a different, obviously not with a Blast Canto because that would be weird. And it would do really well. It's really well produced. Yeah, Palante is up there.
Yeah.
Just not my number one.
I mean, it is produced by like a Grammy nominated producer, so
You can hear that. You can tell.
Yeah, they know what they were doing.
Yeah. Now, what is my number one is Belarus, Arena with Aliens. Again, Belarus, get your act together. You can't be sending songs like this to the junior contest and sending things like Cheesecake to the main contest. I've had enough. This song is, out of all the songs, maybe, I guess, I'd give Celia's song this credit as well. It could be an adult junior Eurovision song. It has the artistic merit behind it. It's dark. It's dare I say, kind of avant-garde in its composition. It goes to different places. It has a lot of layers to it, a lot of depth. It has this kind of epic feel. Vocally, it's extremely challenging. There's a note that she hits towards the end as it crescendos that is just like mind-blowingly powerful. And it still feels like it could still be a junior Eurovision song at the same time. It still has a youthfulness. It has a kind of a teenager vibe to it. And it feels appropriate to her as the singer. And I really am excited to see it pulled off live. As a studio version, I think it's really well produced, well mixed, more so than any other Belarusian song I can think of. And I think it's a dark horse because I think a juror would go for this because it stands out so much to the other songs because it's so dark and impactful. And it wasn't originally my first, it used to be France, but now this is the song I'm obsessed with, and I will continue to listen to it after the contest.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my number one. Helena Paparita reference there. Surprise, surprise, we both got the same winner.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna tell you this, at the time of recording, I think that if you combine the songs they've sent in the junior and in the adult contest, this would have been enough to win either or. And what my frustration is, why didn't they save this for the main contest? It has that perfect balance of what the contest is about, which is represent your country, well, show off your culture, as well as being on the main stage. Arena just somehow managed to find that equilibrium in this song. And what frustrates me, and what's really surprising me, she's only 12.
Oh yeah, the talent. I wish. I don't even have that much talent as a 22-year-old.
I actually thought she was like 14, 15, on the verge that she can participate in the main contest. And I'm just thinking, why? Like, why? Like, out of everything they've sent, you send this one to a junior contest.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I can see people saying like, it's a bit too dark. That's my only concern.
Yeah, I think that might be a concern as well. This
will do a Kazakhstan. It might win the jury votes and topple over on the online vote.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna vote for it. So, and
yeah,
so
I'm gonna use we're gonna use one of our 3 votes here.
I'm gonna buy some SIM cards. I'm gonna do my best to boost up a little bit because it was the same with Georgia. Was it last year? Let me check. I've got my laptop open. It's very professional of me. It was Georgia 2018. That song. It came like 9th in the end, but it's Your Voice by Tamar. Yeah. That song I was like, the televote is not going to go for this, but it came 8th overall. It still did very well. So I don't think that Belarus will win, but I think it's going to have a strong showing because it's such an impactful song. Yeah. I think there will be an audience for it. However, let's go on to our actual predictions. Tim, who do you think is going to win?
Spain.
You think Spain? Okay. Why?
Yeah, just because of the fact that it's a children's contest, and obviously the perception is children's songs should be bubbly, upbeat, something you can dance to. And I mean, it's in her blood, it runs in her family. So I wouldn't be surprised if she pulls off the live perform. I mean, at the time of recording, they've already recorded it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the performance on the 29th of November and just be like, whoa. So, you know, she's been giving it her all at such a young age. So a lot of pressure, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if she does it.
Realistically, I think Poland are going to win again because the biggest audience for Junior Eurovision is in Poland and they can vote for their own entry. And this year you only have 3 votes. So obviously everyone who's watching in Poland, which is over 1 million people watched the selection, let alone the actual contest. They're all going to vote for that song. The televote is going to be huge again. So in the last 2 years, Poland did not win the jury vote. And yet the televote surged it up because of the way it's weighted. I fully believe they're going to once again get a huge share. She has a fan base from doing The Voice, and it's also a strong song, so it will get a jury vote enough to get it in the top 10. And then once in the top 10, it just needs to win the televote, and then it'll be first. I think, once again, France and Kazakhstan will be hot on the tails of Poland, but they won't have enough of the televote share to overtake it. And I'm okay. Again, I think I'll Be Standing is such a strong song.
Yeah.
And as long as they're standing, because Poland have been in the contest longer than the last 2 years ago, and they didn't win them because their songs weren't as good. But these last 3 years, they've had winner-worthy songs. So I wouldn't mind it. I just hope that they stage it better than they did the last 2 songs, because they were not staged well, despite winning. They had some of the worst staging of the contest. And some of the best songs, but really bad staging and bad styling. And they still, won, which is fine. Again, I'm totally at peace with the idea of a Poland win, but I think if they pull the hat trick, the EBU needs to look at the voting system and decide to change it, because it's clearly Poland's just going to win until the contest ends.
Yeah, and also
countries will withdraw.
and then we're just thinking okay, if TVP wins again, are they going to do it again?
Yes, they're going to be bankrupt. They seem to love hosting it, but come on now. The thing is, the winner of Junior Eurovision doesn't have to host the contest.
Yeah, exactly.
But they just seem to really like it. Yeah, that's kind of where I sit on it. I think it's a very strong contest. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad they've got all the performances recorded, so we know it's going to happen. And that sets a good precedent for 2021, regardless of the situation. I'm going to continue listening to the playlist. I'm very excited about the songs.
Yeah.
I think all of these young performers have done a fantastic job, and I wish the best of luck to all of them.
Okay, then at the time of recording, we've got less than 2 weeks.
Yes, but remember, we are doing our first ever Junior Eurovision Prediction round, starting this week. So look at our socials for that, so you can get involved and vote for your winner.
And also, don't forget to follow all of the relevant social media accounts, ESCXTRA at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also the official ESC Prediction accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well, to be one of the first ones to find out with what's going on with the game.
Yep, FIC is coming around next month. Very exciting.
So remember, we're going to reiterate this one more time. It's a warm-up round. It does not count towards your final scores, but it gives the returning players a chance to be prepared, and also a new players a chance to get used to the game once Fitmas comes around.
Exactly. All right.
But for now, thank you very much for watching. And if you liked the video, please give us a like, subscribe, and also to push that notification bell to be one of the first ones to find out when we got a video. But for now, we hope you have a good day.